Hey guys, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing amazing and fantastic. So I was asked by a couple of people if I could do the mid-year book freakout tag, and I had actually forgotten that we were halfway through the year, even though I say it every single time on a video. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe we're halfway through the year. But I decided that I was gonna go through with it, and I went through my Goodreads and the books that I write down in my bullet journal, and I finally figured out the answers to the 13 questions for this tag. So the very first question is the best book you've read so far in 2019. And I'm gonna have to say it's A Murder for the Books by Victoria Gilbert. I loved this series so much. I still love this series. The Blue Ridge Library series is absolutely amazing. I love that the main character is curvy, and she's smart, and she is just so loyal to her aunt. And I love the way that Victoria, she is able to weave in a mystery within a mystery, and how the town seems very much like it's its own character. I absolutely love it, and that makes it the best book I've read so far in 2019. The best sequel I've read so far in 2019 is the NightShade for Warning by Bailey Catrell. And so this is the second in the Enchanted Garden mystery series. Love this series so much. It is so good. I love that we're finding a little bit more about Ellie's background and her magic and everything like that. It's just so good. The next question is a new release that you haven't read but want to. So technically this isn't a new release. It was released in, I believe, 2017, so that's newer. But that is The Secret Book and Scone Society by Ellery Adams. I know that she has the second, I know for a fact she has a second book out, but there might be a third book out in this series, but I can't get to that until I read the first one. I love Ellery Adams. We read one of her books for the Cozy Mystery Book Club book, and I fell in love with her. She is an Insta-buy author for me as well, and I really want to get to this book. I'm going to get to this book. I just know it. I know I'm gonna love it. I just need to bite the bullet and read it. Question number 4 is all about the most anticipated release for the second half of the year, and that is 100% hands down Cup of Holiday Fear by Ellie Alexander. It releases on September 24th, and I'm really excited to have the next chapter, the next episode of the Bake Shop Mystery series, and that cover is amazing. I'm so excited. I'm already playing Christmas music in July, so if that tells you anything about what my favorite holiday is, that should, pretty much. The next question is the biggest disappointment. That was Quiche of Death by MC Beaton. I know that a lot of people love that series, the Agatha Raisin series, and that's fantastic, and I'm so glad that you love it, but I, however, do not. The main character just wasn't a cozy protagonist enough for me to like her. She was very negative and kind of hateful and kind of like vindictive and very just, I don't know. I know she has a soft interior, but I'm just not willing to read it to get to the part where she gets to her soft parts. So I just did not like that. Number 6 was the biggest surprise that you read. And I should have gotten these books out before. That would be the Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang. This is a romance novel. It's a rom-com, and I did not expect myself to love this book as much as I do, and I'm really excited to read The Bride Test. I've heard mixed reviews on The Bride Test, so if you have read The Bride Test, how many times can I say that? Please tell me what you thought about it down below, and whether or not I should actually take the time to read it. I have so many books on my TBR that I don't know if I'm willing to read a mediocre book, or even try to read a mediocre book, and I trust your guys' judgment. The next one that I have is a new favorite author, and that is Juila Buckley. She wrote the very first book in the Writer's Apprentice mystery series, A Dark and Stormy Murder, that we read for last month's Cozy Mystery Book Club book, and I fell in love with this series. it was just so quick how much I loved this series. I loved just so much. I need to get the rest of them in the series, but I love them so much. The next question is your newest fictional crush. So, I don't normally have crushes on fictional characters or actors or anything like that, like beyond Keanu Reeves. Like, I have had a crush on Keanu Reeves since I don't even know when. Like, everybody in my family can tell you that I watched The Lake House multiple times, The Matrix. Like, okay, I will get off my Keanu Reeves thing, but Keanu Reeves, guys, Keanu Reeves. But I have two sort of fictional crushes. One is Sam from Juila Buckley's A Writer Apprenticeship mystery series. I just loved his character and just how he was a good guy put in a bad situation, but he's still willing to be a good person throughout it all. And then I love Richard from Victoria Gilbert's Blue Ridge Library mystery series. He is a scrumptious dancer who loves the curvier women, who is not afraid to, you know, be with someone that is not skinny and everything like that. I know that didn't make sense, but who is okay with his woman having a little bit of extra, you know, room to love kind of thing. And I loved his whole entire demeanor and everything with Amy, and you can't make me choose between which one I want because I like both of them. The next one is number 9, your newest favorite character. And I absolutely love Poppy from the Starfire Cozy Mystery series, the Starfire Detective Agency. I love how fiery she is, especially for the 1920s. Not gonna lie, I just started rewatching Franny Fisher's mystery series on Netflix. Let me know, do you wanna watch that along with me? I don't know, I will tweet it and see what you guys think, kind of, but loved Poppy, she was amazing. The next question is a book that made you cry. Okay, so A Dark and Stormy Murder did not make me cry necessarily, but it really pulled on my heartstrings. When they talked about, one of the characters talked about how she had a miscarriage and was no longer able to have children. And then with me recently being diagnosed with endometriosis and with Hashimoto's disease, it makes trying to have children very difficult. Not impossible, but very, very difficult. And I will have to go through a lot of other different hoops that other people don't necessarily have to in order to have a child. And the fact that that was in here just made my heart weep for that character, but also it gave me something to connect with that character as well. And so I teared up a lot in this book, but I don't think I actually really cried. But it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. The next book is a book that made you happy, and that is The Unhoneymooners, and by Christina Lauren. Christina Lauren, I think that's who it is. I have the book physically. I don't think I've got it with me. I think I let somebody borrow it, but it is a great, great, hilarious rom-com. I loved it so much. It was my first toe dip into the rom-com, I think, along with the Kiss Quotient, and I'm really, really happy that I read it. Number 12 is the most beautiful book that you've bought so far this year. So I don't know about this so far this year, the most beautiful book, but the covers that I love the most are the Enchanted mystery series covers. I love just the detail of the flowers on the front and on the back of the books. It just really makes me feel as though I am in the Enchanted Garden and that I'm a part of the whole entire everything in there. I love them so much. I can't wait to see what book 4 looks like. I love it so much. They're just so pretty. And I love flowers, and I like them a lot. And the last final question is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? All right, so I don't know what books I need to read by the end of the year, but I know that my goal is 100 books for the year, which I made last year. I made over 100 books last year. But according to Goodreads, who is a Judgy McJudgerson, I am 11 books behind on my reading goal of 100 books, apparently. My 38 books aren't good enough. And so I guess I need to read 62 more books, is basically what I'm saying. So whatever books strike my fancy, or that Cozyopoly says that I have to read, or that the book club book says that I have to read, or whatever, that's what I need to read. but I also need to make sure that I read 62 books or comics or manga or graphic novels or whatever. So that was my mid-year book freakout tag. What did you guys think? Did you guys agree with some of my answers, or maybe you disagreed with some of my answers? Let me know down below. I want to know some of the answers to these from you guys. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, happy reading. Bye.